Hello once again, gamers. Cruznik X back with more Final Fantasy XIV and the Path of the Astrologian. We finally made it to level 60. It's been a long, hard 10 levels. Sorry, I'm losing track of things. But we finally made it. We're fully geared out in full Shire gear. Thanks to the fact that we've done healing for both White Mage and Scholar, so we pretty much had the gear all set from the get-go. The only thing I really had to buy was the whatever this is, the Copper Nickel Planisphere for level 60 Astrologians. But other than that, we pretty much had this gear from the get-go, and it's good to have it on because we're going into this guns blazing with only a limited amount of time to do this. Now, when we last left off, Leveva's fears had been realized. The person who is indeed after them is a man by the name, and once again, I'm sorry, but I need to search the journal for this because I once again totally forgot the name of this guy because he just showed up last episode, and well, that's a whole different story. Sevestre is the man who not only killed Leveva's father, but has also basically been tasked with bringing her back to try her as a criminal in Old World Sharlayan. Of course, me and Jenquinard aren't gonna freaking allow that to happen, so it's gonna be interesting to see how we settle this in the level 60 quest. Let's not waste any time, let's get right down to it and complete the Heavensward Astrologian storyline with the level 60 quest, The Hands of Fate. Chris, I'm quite aware that the mere notion of accompanying Leveva to the answering quarter is bordering on absurd, but I cannot in good faith abandon our good friend in a time of need. Not after all we have been through. I am joyed to see that you have come to the same conclusion as well.
You too are foolish, but I would not trade friends such as you for all the gold in the Aurum Vale.
Good, because I would not want to go into the Aurum Vale, especially not to heal. But there is no gold in the... My lady, might I ask you entertain a second option? You said that your father's diary contained a document which implicates Sevestre in Rufin's murder. What if, and I fully understand the enormity of this if, but what if Sevestre still has yet to lay eyes on that document? Suppose he only took the diary to provoke you. If we could somehow retrieve it before you boarded his airship.
Then we would have a bargaining chip of our own. But this man is the leader of the bibliotheques. Their sole purpose in life is the hoarding of knowledge. Of course he read the diary, and knowing Sevestre, the document would have been set to flame the moment he discovered it. Unless we told him that there was another document, one that I removed from the diary to have examined, one that was not in the diary when he stole it. Of course, there is no such page, but it would be easy enough to draft something up from memory of what I saw, something that would appear official from a distance. It just might work, though there is always a chance that he may simply attempt to take the document by force. Were that to happen, we would be fortunate to escape with our lives. Sevestre is a formidable astrologian. Some say he even possesses the power to stop time.
But I thought those were only... No, we mustn't think of that. There is little time left before the scheduled meeting in the answering quarter. Lady Leveva's plan is all we have. If we are to save both her and her family, we must act, and trust that the stars will guide us to victory. Alright. First, let me increase my HUD layout, because I keep forgetting to do that. It gets kind of confusing. Alright, so Sharlayan's answering quarter is in the Dravanian hinterlands. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Alright, so our first stop is Idyllshire. And hopefully this time, like, unlike every other time, I won't fuck up on lines, because, you know, that tends to look bad on me. Alright. You know what mount I haven't used? I don't think I've ever used this mount in a actual live stream. And I would love to use it just once, so we're gonna ride the Twintania mount this time around. The Twintania mount is one of the mounts that you get by recruiting friends to Final Fantasy XIV. And it's a nice one to have if you remember playing Final Fantasy XIV, or you remember my live streams. You'll remember my Binding Coil of Bahamut episodes, in which we faced Twintania at the end of during turn 5. And this is basically that boss in mount form. Short flight, but still. Had to, at least once. Alright, let's speak with Jenquinod. Less than a score summers have come and gone since I last set foot on the paths of contemplation. Yet this place appears as if it hasn't been inhabited for centuries.
Nature is the greatest of levelers, Jenquinod. She provides us with what we need, but when we are done with it, she is quick to take back what is, and always has been rightfully hers. There is still time before Sevestre is to arrive. I would take a walk and see where my father lived. Just knowing that I tread the same ground as he may grant my mind peace.
Well, then might I suggest a rooftop garden directly to the south of here? Your father and I would spend many a night there, gazing up at the stars and prattling on about our dreams into the small hours. It is where he first told me of your mother, your birth mother, not the aunt who cared for you after Lady Bird died in labor, and the child she was carrying. Oh, this is gonna be so sweet and sappy before the end. Whoop, whoop. It's right here.
I wonder if my father knew that one day I would be here, standing under the same sky he did. Did he not know that he would have a daughter who was as stubborn as he? A daughter who put her life and the lives of those she loved in danger because of an unfulfilled dream? I think he did. And I think if he were here now, he would be proud. Proud that I at least tried. Proud that I did not let fate control me, but that rather I walked hand in hand with that fate down a path my father left. Not only for me, but for all those who would carry in their hearts the same dream.
I believe he would be, as well, Lady Leveva. Though I did not fully realize it until recently, these past moons, it has been as if Rufin were here by my side once again. The passion, the stubbornness, the talent. I do not think he would stand idly by as Sevestre had his way, and so I believe neither should we.
Thank you, John. I know I have been hard on you, but it is only because you were an incompetent astrologian with an aversion to training, not because you were anything but a good man, and a good friend. Now, let us see what the stars have in mind for us today.
All right. Here we go.
Sevestre is not a man to be late. He will be here.
Let's do it. Ah, ever so predictable, Leveva. I am sorry to inform you, there has been a change of plans. There will be no return to your homeland, no tear-filled reunion with your grandfather, no trial, only a sentence. And that sentence shall be carried out here, by mine hand. You see, after reading your father's diary, it became clear that you and your wretched friends know too much. You would not believe how long I have been searching for that document. The last one that connected me to your father's unfortunate accident. I tracked down and had all the others destroyed, but this one has eluded me for almost 2 decades.
The last? John! Chris! It appears we are left with but a single path!
There was only ever one, my lady, and we shall see it through to the end. Things are in order, Leveva. By ignoring my directions to come alone, you have saved me the effort of tracking down and slaying each one of you individually. Silence! Well, I took them out fairly easily. Is it... Holy crap, do you... If you barbarians are one thing, it is brave. I shall give you that. Bravery, however, is the blunt trade of the foolish and the weak. Let me show you why the barbarians can't be allowed to have this knowledge.
Sevestre's plot something ill. Do not let down your guard. Those arcana, they're not right. I sense forbidden magics. Hurry and destroy them. The power they draw from the constellations is too much.
Holy crap. Do you see how fast I'm casting Malefic? Wow. That was almost too easy. I'm sorry. We're 14 minutes into this live stream and we're already finished with the main duty. Wait! If you wish to see your grandfather live, you will not kill me!
That was never our intention, Sevestre. No. I only wish to ask a few simple favors. The first being the return of my father's diary. You will then send word back to the old world to have my grandfather released immediately. And finally, you will return to Sharlayan and report to the forum that I have disappeared and am presumed deceased. Fail to do these things, and I shall tell the forum all I know of your involvement in my father's death. I doubt they will be as generous with their mercy as I.
And what? You shall remain here and continue to spread our knowledge across this worm-eaten realm like it was sweet cream butter? You know not what you do. The barbarians of this realm have shown that they can only use knowledge to destroy each other. They corrupt it, they lessen it, and then they forget it. They never once have shown they are worthy of the knowledge they so defile. And yet you would still give it to them. Very well. I shall do as you ask. But know that the forum is ever listening, ever watching. Should you continue your escapades here in Ishgard, they will find out. And they will send others until they have succeeded where I have failed. What a douche.
Then you'd best make certain they do not. You are a powerful man who also happens to be a master of lies and deceit. I pray the task should not prove too difficult. And if it does, well then, I can always show them what manner of a man you truly are. I do not think there will be any need for that. Sevestre, however wicked, is not a fool. He will not sacrifice what he has spent the past 2 decades building over a girl he, even with his back to the cobbles, sees as an inferior. Especially if you have offered him a means of accomplishing it without causing him to lose face. His pride, of course, will ache, but it's not a little wine cannot cure. You are right, Janquinard. Something I never thought I would admit. At least, not out loud.
So does this mean you will remain in the sea and continue your teachings?
Of course I will. There's the pending contract with House Durandare, my obligations to the Convictors and the Hunters of Tailfeather, and then of course there is the matter of your incomplete training. If memory serves me, you have still only opened half of the Heaven's Gates.
Well, Janquinard is boned. But on the plus side, that duty is complete.
Well, things did not go completely as planned, but we arrived at the fate intended for us nonetheless. Now the question is, what do we do with this fate we have been granted? I believe this warrants further another reading, but perhaps after we've had a bite to eat.
Alright, let's return to Ishgard. But yeah, that was insanely quick for a final duty. I mean, did you see how quickly I was blasting out Malefic 2? I mean, I hadn't even used my... I still have my arrow from when I drew it and put it in the spread. I wasn't... And it would have been the ewer, which I would have... Anyways, let's speak with Janquinard and finish this quest up. Ah, Chris. You are just in time to greet the Athenium's newest member. Holy shit! May I present you with Lord Rufin. Why the surprise? But I believe I know the answer.
Your senses are doubtless reeling from having witnessed poor Lady Leveva's tragic end in the hinterlands. Contrary to popular opinion, I was not murdered at all, but merely on a long and winding journey that has finally brought me back to Ishgard so that I may teach the secrets of Sharlayan astrology once again. I mean to show the people that fate is a path that need not be walked in darkness, that the stars can be used to light the way. And my first lesson? That those who oppose this celestial guidance shall be doomed to mark time for all of eternity.
Yeah, let's not focus on the fact that that was Leveva. But anyways, we've learned the action Celestial Opposition, and this concludes the Astrologian quest for Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. You must have a registered product key for Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood to your service account, and you must have completed the main scenario quest, The Far Edge of Fate. Once you have done so, the next Astrologian quest will be available from Janquinard. And with that, we've unlocked the achievement, The Stars in Our Faults 2. With it, I believe we've earned... Now seriously, in the concourse of leveling Astrologian, I believe when I hit 60, I got like 5 new achievements. So let's just check out the last 5. So, yeah, I got Starstruck. I've got Mastering Magic, which gave me the achievement, the title Grandmaster of Magic. I've got the Life of Adventure, which I need to get the Warlord crown, but I'll get that later when I'm not in a live stream. And finally, the Astrologian job quest, the Hand of Fate, which gives me the new title of Stargazer, which I'm going to just put it on for right now. But with that, we have completed all the jobs for Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. It is now time to move on to bigger and better things. And move on to Stormblood content. So when next we meet, we will be getting through the next batch of job quests, which reside in the Stormblood expansion. Starting with, first and foremost, the current jobs that were released before Stormblood. So when next we meet, we will be doing we will be returning to the path of the Paladin. But until then, that's it for this episode of Cruisenix Purgatory. Oh, whoa, Why do I keep forgetting to do certain actions? First and foremost, we have to check out our new action. Sorry, I'm kind of tired. Celestial Opposition, which stuns all nearby enemies. So it's basically like a gigantic holy. It's basically the equivalent of holy. but with a recast time of 120 seconds, and the duration only lasts 4 seconds, but it also extends the duration of beneficial effects cast on self and party members by 10 seconds. So basically, all your card effects can be used quite often. I'm going to have to figure out definitely how to work on the new when I hit Stormblood for this, but we'll see what happens. I'm gonna have to rework this entire hotbar, because looking at it now, the Stormblood stuff for Astrologian does look like it's going to be needing a lot more reworking than what I originally intended. But anyway, last thing we have to reveal is the new gear we got. And hopefully I do have enough room in my inventory to actually open this. But just in case I don't, I'm just going to rip it out. I'm just going to throw away a few things that I don't need, like these high elixirs, and that's about it. Alright, let's open up the Welkin Tire Coffer. A tire coffer. And now it's time to show off the brand new gear that we've attained. That, who knows, we might wear, we might not. But first and foremost, we gotta strip down to the bare minimals, which means getting rid of. So, for leg gear, we have the Welkin breeches. For shoes, we have the antiquated Welkin shoes. For the belt, we have the Ardent Belt of Healing, which will be replaced with the Shire Healer's belt. For chest, for the body, we have the Welkin robe. For hands, we have the Welkin half sleeves. And for headgear, we have the Welkin hat. Yeah. Females probably pull off this outfit a lot better than I do. Unless there's a visor. I mean, well, there is a visor, but at the same time, if it's all the same to everyone else, I think I will stick with the gear I have, because it looks a lot better on me. So now it's time to move on to bigger and better things. That being said, in the next set of Path ofs, we will be returning back to the original A Realm Reborn jobs for the next set of jobs, which entail around the Stormblood saga. So, in the next Path of episode, we will be starting once again at the beginning with the next quest in the Paladin storyline, the Stormblood's Paladin storyline. But with that being said, that concludes this episode of Kruznik's Purgatory. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed the show. As always, if you're watching this on Twitch or live at PlayStation and you like this show, hit the follow button below and be sure to turn on notifications. If you're watching this on YouTube and you like this video, click the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel by clicking here. Click here to watch more by me. Click here to watch the previous episode of Path of the Astrologian. And click here to watch the first quest in the Astrologian Stormblood storyline when it comes out. Until next time, Kruznik X, signing out.